What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. It's your boy FX Prince, one and only. We will be opening to a little video which I'm filming today regarding how I passed my funded account within 5 hours. Now I passed this account in 5 hours from 1:30 till 6:30, basically 5 hours span. I'll be breaking the trades down, showing you guys the trades I took, the pair I traded on, the time frame, everything. I'll be showing you the emails stating that I've passed my tier 1, tier 2, KYC and all that shit. I'll be breaking that down for you guys. So let's just hop right into it and not waste any time. Okay, now as I do have the charts open in front of me, we are on the 1 hour. Looking at the 1 hour, we are currently bullish. As you will see, we had a lower low, lower high, higher high, lower low, high low, high high. Now before we got this high over here, I didn't expect the markets to make a higher low, so we then came down into this fair value gap, an hourly fair value gap. We then fold that, and then once we fold that fair value gap, I then looked for trades to the upside, sweeping this liquidity, as that is equal highs, as you can see. Now obviously there's a huge amount of liquidity up there which I would like to be swept, which is why I took longs. Okay, now hopping down to the 5 minute, you will see that the little trade I took was about 2 days back. The reason why I took 2 days or a day and a half to film this video is because I then waited for my mic to come. Still waiting on my webcam. Right now it is my order was cancelled as it's not available, but I am waiting on a new 4K webcam as well, just to better the quality visually and with the audio as well. Now looking at the trade on the 5 minute, basically I'll break it down for you guys. I made 10% on the first trade, 5% on the second trade. This is like my 7th funded account that I have passed. Now I have multiple with Code Funded Trader. You will see my certificates over here. I'm currently waiting on this certificate as well. Probably get it by tomorrow, my certificate and my simulated account. I have passed another account with Code Funded last week, like my 3rd, 4th account with him. This is now my first account with Top Tier as well. I've passed with Top Step as well, and this is now one of my latest accounts that I've passed. Now looking on the 5 minute, we came down into the fair value gap, well respected. I then entered on the 50% range of that fair value gap, looking for longs, 2.5 risk to reward. Took that trade risking around 2%, which is what I usually do, risking 2% on a trade in order to make around 6%. Now on this trade I took 2 trades. I then scaled in 2%, I then scaled in another 2% around about that 5 minute fair value gap. Now what I done in order to scale in, then obviously I was confident in my trade. I then waited for markets to fall their fair value gap and then cut my risk by half. Now basically cutting my risk by half would then allow me to enter a second trade with not much risk. Obviously the second trade at a risk, but the first trade's risk cut by half. Obviously this trade is running perfect. I then hit my TP, made my 10% and all good. It took me around 2 hours. Now looking at the second trade, phase 2, I didn't expect to complete this account within a night, but I then completed in a night by catching the second trade on USD JPY, looking at a 5 minute fair value gap. Obviously with that is a 100% win rate, with the second one is a 50% win rate, because I took a trade risking 1%, I then lost at 1%. Obviously looking to make it back on that fair value gap, I then risked around 2.5%, obviously making around 6%, around about there. Now obviously this fair value gap was around about here. It was a 1 to 3. Obviously with those of you guys that can't do math, 2.5 multiplied by 3, we are looking at 7.5. Now obviously to make 5%, the rest will be lost as well as commission. That is all we need in order to pass phase 2. So that is a little trade I took. One of a hourly fair value gap, second one obviously following the trend of a 5 minute fair value gap targeting previous liquidities, which are right up there, which is not what I targeted. I only targeted a 2.5 to a 3. Now to show you guys the proof is in the pudding after all. Looking at the emails, just give me a second. Let me pull it up. Now looking at the email, you would see on the 13th I received my credentials. On the 13th I then completed tier 1, completed tier 2, and then on the 13th I done my verification as well. Now looking at tier 1, it was passed by 3:20, and then tier 2 was obviously passed by 6:30. Now if you're looking at the charts, you would see I took my first trade at 1:30, obviously waiting for markets to give me a go on my trade, and then my second trade was closed at 6:30. Obviously I went to sleep around about here 5:30, woke up, saw my TP smacked, and I was like, damn, another 100 account to the bag. Obviously after this my next goal would be to cop a 200k funded account, pass that, and then just to scale my way up to $1 million. That would be my goal for the year, obviously, to scale up to $1 million. Now these are the trades I took. They are pretty simple. Let me just move them a bit over. They are pretty simple. It's not much of a complicated strategy, obviously, as you guys saw, pretty simple. Hourly fair value gap, follow the trend, wait for confirmation, scale, use your hourly fair value gap, go down to the 15 or 5 minute, look for fair value gaps within that fair value gap, then redefine it, and then enter off that, target previous liquidity, and you have a trade. So that's pretty much it. Fuck, I need a haircut. That's pretty much it on how I went about bagging my trade, making 15%. That's a huge amount, making 15% in 5 hours. Now I will be making a video on how to go about passing a funded account. As I stated, my method of passing a funded account, as I pass multiple amounts of them, would be risk 2%, get a good trade. Obviously a 1 hour fair value gap is pretty that's a pretty solid fair value gap in my instance. So basically that would then be a good trade for me. Now I'm risking 2% on a good trade, making around 6% on that trade, or 5%. Obviously if that trade's running good, I'm confident in the trade, I would then scale in with another 2%, minimizing my risk on my first trade, or putting the first trade at break even. That would then be where I would eat my TP and I would have a solid outcome. Now for example, if you lose that trade, what I would then do is to start risking 0.5. Now once I'm back up to my initial balance, I would then once I'm back up to my initial balance, that is where I would then risk 2% once again, looking to get a good trade, a good RR as well, and then from there moving forward, just working my way up and bagging my way up to the payout. So that is pretty much it. It's been your boy FX Prince. If you'd like to follow my journey and obviously improve your journey as well, as I will be giving out the source in all my future videos, if you'd like to follow my journey, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like down below, comment how long you've been trading, and that is pretty much it. I hope you have a successful trading journey. Peace out.